I sent the soul in search of answers.
Hey YouTubers, the final game of the day, which is actually the next to last game of the Group of Awesome, Group D. This is Stork versus Kwanro, another very deciding game. If Stork wins this game, he will have completely destroyed his group, 3-0 in this group. But if Kwanro wins this game, he'll put himself in a much better position to move out, because he'll have 2 wins, Stork will have 2 wins, and it'll be up to Flash to see if he can get back in, because Type B won't have a chance if that happens. But yes, I'm joined by Ranchin. I think his last name is Awesome, I forget. But yes, I'm joined with Ranchin today. We're going to duel this great game. I have a feeling this is going to be very good. Kwanro's aggressiveness, Stork's awesomeness. Okay, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is on Eye of the Storm, the 4-player map. A lot of Zerg have been doing great on this map, including Kwanro, starting it off basically, doing the basic Zerg strategy that a lot of Zergs have done on this map, which is to take the corners and get 4 free bases. A lot of Zerg have followed Kwanro in that. But Stork is up here at the 10 o'clock position in red, and down at the 5 o'clock position in blue is Kwanro. Who are you rooting for today, Ranchin?
Well, generally, in most cases, I think I would say Kwanro, just because I'm kind of, throughout the time, have become a huge Kwanro fan. He's one of my favorite Zerg players. But in both tournaments, Stork is the only one left of Bork. They have been demolished in the MSL, and Kwanro's actually did pretty well in his group there. So I'm just going to root for Kwanro there, and here I am going to ahead and root for Stork. Root for Stork to take this, because we all know Flash is going to freaking own Type B, and then they're both going to move out, and it's just going to make this tournament so much awesome. Then there is a awesome picture of Stork with a carrier for a head, and apparently he's in love with some other guy. I think that was a commentator or something. It also has a carrier for a head. But yeah, there's a first ever game I actually commented on Eye of the Storm. Of course, I am not the OSL correspondent around these parts, but I've seen a few games here. I haven't really, not really etched in my memory for some reason. Kwanro apparently going for an overpull alongside extractors. He's gonna go for his usual aggressiveness, gonna put on the pressure, gonna force Stork to at the very least put down his 2 cannons. He's gonna be able to put down his Nexus first if he scouts this. That is their 4-player map, of course. But if he does scout this, he's gonna be able to put down Nex first alongside 2 cannons. And if that's all gonna, at least in the early game, I feel this entire thing is going to be up to Kwanro. How Kwanro decides to play this, how aggressive, how much pressure he's going to want to put on, how defensive he's going to force Stork to play. And then at one point, Stork's going to have to start off, be kind of defensive, a little bit more reactionary, and then eventually he's going to have to start busting out, take a third, and just bring it up to his usual game. He's just now getting the scouting, getting that initial photon cannon, putting down the second before he actually puts down the Nexus, just to be safe, because he knows Kwanro can do amazing things with his Zerglings when he really tries.
Yeah, I think Kwanro's definitely putting on the pressure, going for that overpull build straight to gas. He's going straight for Zergling speed. He's going to try to use that to break through Stork's front, but Stork is completely prepared. The cross positions are definitely going to work out in his favor as far as that goes, and Kwanro will be able to use his early Zerglings to deny scouting for a long, long time. One of the most important parts in PvZ these days, it seems, is for the Protoss to get a good scout on everything that's happening, And Stork knows this. He hid a probe over at the 3 o'clock position, and he's just going to keep that there until he knows that the Zerglings are by his natural area. And then he's going to try to go down and see what's happening. So this is very smart play from Stork already. Putting up his gateway, getting prepared just in case Kwanro should try to go in. But Kwanro, since he got scouted so early, well, he didn't get scouted completely early, but he wasn't able to get out with his Zerglings to do any kind of aggressive build. Throwing down the Hydralist in already from only 2 bases, so yeah, it's going to be an extremely aggressive build from Kwanro. He might even end up going for a 2-base lurker, some kind of attack like that. This is definitely not the standard kind of play, and if Stork scouts this, he's definitely going to be in a much better position. This is going to be the crucial part if Stork can get by these Zerglings. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do this. Kwanro's keeping an eye on things, and the probe goes down. So, oh man, Stork is going to be in the dark. He's going to have epic spider sense to know that this early aggression is coming, I think.
He's meanwhile taking up, getting his core up. He's going to have a Zealot or 2 in time. Those Zerglings are finally moving at half speed, so they're going to at least scout at the positions, kind of meandering around the middle. But from the looks of things, this does look indeed like there is no lair coming up, so it does indeed look like a 2-base Hydra break, which is exactly what Kwanro is going for. He's just going to go for a full-on early pressure, early Hydra break. Wonder whether he's actually going to put down an extra production hatch or not. Not really producing many drones from what I can see. Just, I think, give him a minute or 2 and he's going to be coming in at that front. And Stork really is going to need to get some Zealots out there helping to fill defend. And he's going to need to get several more photon cannons out there. Because if he does not morph in enough photon cannons in a good enough defensive position that can shoot basically where each and every single one of them can shoot to far range, he's going to be in pretty bad position. As soon as Kwanro has already speed upgrade apparently ready for those Hydras from what I could see. I'm not quite sure where I spotted that or at, but as soon as he had speed and range, he's going to be able to start attacking the front probe. It's going to be a critical probe. He's going to at least see that Kwanro is actually not going for 3 base, unless that base is hitting in a far-off position. Stork might have actually put down a 3rd cannon, is putting down a 3rd cannon. He's going to be forced to play a little bit careful. He has a Dragoon alongside his Zealot, and doesn't know about these Hydras yet, but he thinks that Kwanro did not, he knows that Kwanro did not go for, at the very least, the 3rd early easy base to take at the 3 o'clock position. So I think it gives him enough suspicion. He's going to have his first Sarah out. He's going to be out soon enough. Adding in a 4th cannon, so at the very least he's playing very careful. As soon as that Sarah's out, he's going to be able to spot these Hydras. It's not going to come down to whether Kwanro can use these Zerglings and these Hydras to put a break. He has the speed. I think range is only imminent, and I think, I'm not quite sure whether Stork has a good enough position. Zerglings are going to come on. Oh, they're going to be able to surround and pick off the Dragoon. Oh god, getting the Dragoon, that is critical. Losing that one single Dragoon could have been so bad. Getting his Zealots surrounded and picked off as well. Oh god, the Hydra's now going to be coming in. The Sarah's going to spot this, I think, but Stork's in a horrible position. Lost most of his ground and putting probes off the line on all sides. Is putting down cannons as well. This is going to be critical for him. Meanwhile, he's actually going to lose a Corsair. That's going to give him like 1 second while he was trying to pick off an Overlord. But this could be absolutely horrible for Stork if he doesn't manage to get some sort of defensive units out there. Has only had 2 Zealots alongside a crap load of probes and putting down a bunch of cannons. Actually going to go. Quadro's going to go for the tank here. Zerg is coming in from the opposite side. Probes be pulled off the long line. And Hydra's going to start attacking all these cannons. Even more cannons be morphed in, trying to attack these Hydras from distance. A bunch of the Hydras are giants. Meanwhile, the Zerg is trying to come in, picking off the cannons. Only 3 Hydras left. I think Stork actually managing to put more Hydras coming in for reinforcements. All the probe be pulled off the line. Pulling back a little bit. 2 Zealots now actually going to be able to hold these Hydras back for a little while 2 Corsairs actually go off and start hunting some Overlords, which are actually not going to be able to be protected at all. Stork now mining his natural expansion, waiting for that Temple Archives to get at least maybe 1 single DT out there to help him defend. He is going to lose his forge. At the very least, he needs to get as many photon cannons up as he can just before in time. He's going to maybe be able to get a 3rd Zealot out there. Stork desperately trying to pick off Overlords with those freaking Corsairs. Loses them, and Stork's still in a pretty bad position, even if Kwanro's initial attack didn't work too well.
Yes, Stork, if it wasn't for that spider sense that he had to throw down cannons like that, he would be completely screwed. But yeah, he's holding with cannons. That's all he's got right now. He lost his gateway, so he's got to rebuild that gateway. He's rebuilding the forge, right now. This is an incredibly intense game. Kwanro is not going to let up the pressure. Takes down, I think that was another gateway coming up at the front, another cannon. So Stork is prepared for this. I'm not still, with this amount of cannons, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do this. Kwanro going in right now. now with what he has, backing off. That could be a critical part in this game. He lost too many Hydras backing off. I think he lost a couple, maybe 3 Hydras in that attack, but man, he needs every Hydra he can get, committing to a 2-base build. And Stork is holding somehow. He's using so many probes at the front just to hold this, and I think Kwanro might have to back off soon. There's an awful lot of cannons warping in. But Kwanro, he could definitely switch up right now, go for another base. I don't think he is going to go for another base, although he is getting his macro up a little bit. More drones popping at this point. Stork is putting probes back onto mine gas, so he's feeling a bit more safe. But yeah, you could tell by the way Stork was talking to himself after losing his gateway and his forge that he is definitely disappointed in how he held that. Well, how he didn't hold that anyway. Although, yeah, putting up so many cannons. This is more cannons than I've seen at a natural this early in the game in a while, but he's just going to try to keep Kwanro from breaking this, and I think he will be able to with this amount of cannons.